Hey, how's it going everyone? My name's King Coda and welcome to another video. And in today's video, we are going to go over everything you need to know about Ball, including her best weapons, talents, ascension materials, all that. Let's get right into it. So, first thing we're going to go over Ball is what you need to farm in order to level her up. You are going to need, of course, the Electro Gemstone because she is the Electro Archon. You're also going to need the new Storm Beads. These are dropped by the Thunder Manifestation boss. The Amakumo Fruit, which is found in Seirei Island. And Hand Guards, which you get from the Noboshi.
It's best to dry your clothes.
The Thundering Manifestation can be found down here at Amakumo Peak in the Seirei Island. This is also where you get the fruit. You have to do a quick little story quest where you help clear up some of the barriers that are preventing this lightning storm from becoming so infectious. And once you clear them all up, the Thundering Manifestation will appear, and then you beat him in order to get it. Now as for the talents for the Raiden Shogun, we of course have her normal attack. This is honestly not something that you need to worry about leveling up at all. We have her E, the Baleful Omen. When you apply this, it'll cause an eye to appear, and then you can swap to other characters. That eye will do a attack alongside the active character, a coordinated attack that does AoE electro damage. This is very helpful for applying Superconduct with characters like Eula or Rosaria, and is just used to also be able to charge energy while off the field. Also, characters who have the Eye of Stormy Judgment above them will have their elemental burst damage increased based on the energy cost of the elemental burst damage. You can see the skill attributes here at tier 5. The elemental burst damage bonus is 0.26% per energy. So if you have a character that costs 80 energy, it'll give them a lot more bonus than a character that costs 60 or 40. Then we have her ultimate, the Secret Art Muso Shinsetsu. I'm gonna mispronounce these, probably pretty bad. But this puts you in a state called the Muso Ishin, where she pulls out the sword, the Muso no Hitotachi, and causes all of your attacks to now become electro damage. Not only that, but your normal, charged, and plunging attacks are now considered your elemental burst damage and not your normal attack damage. This is why you don't really need to level this up. Most of your damage is going to be coming from your burst. This has a very high scaler, and as a bonus, you will actually be gaining more and more energy recharge as you are casting your ultimate. It also has to do with a new attribute called Resolve. When Raiden Shogun is in your party, you will notice this wheel appear behind your characters. This wheel is the Resolve gauge. It's kind of like the faces of a clock, which is very fitting, because the Raiden Shogun is, of course, you know, all about time and eternity.
I carry memories of my home.
So you can see I basically no charge on this gauge. Only a few of those little dots are charged. But then if I cast Kazuha's burst, which his burst is a 60 cost, pretty average, not the highest, not the lowest.
Clouds high, the birds come.
It'll get charged by about 25%, a little bit less from the overall bit. And then the more and more bursts you pop, the more and more charge you get. Electro characters give more burst charge than any other character. And the idea is to get as close to 100% as possible. Because at 100%, Raiden Shogun will get the most power possible as a result going into her ultimate. As you can see, you have resolve stacks gained, 0.19 per energy consumed. So for every 1 energy point, you're getting 0.19% of a resolve stack. Resolve energy bonus is 6.22% initial, 1.16% attack damage per stack. So you're getting an initial bonus of 6.22 and a 1.16% attack bonus per stack, so up to 60 stacks. Her first ascension skill is the Wishes Unnumbered, When nearby party members gain elemental orbs or particles, your Chakra Desiderata, the clock that holds resolve, will gain 2 resolve stacks. This effect can occur once every 3 seconds. It's great passive gain on that resolve. Her second skill is the Enlightened one. Each 1% above 100% energy recharge that the Raiden Shogun possesses grants her 0.6% energy recharge restoration from Muso Ishin and 0.4% electro damage bonus. We'll go over that a little bit with the artifacts. And then her general passive is the All Preserver. More extended when ascending swords and polearms is decreased by 50%. So this is actually just a really good ability, like just for the long term of the game. You'll save a lot of more by having the Raiden Shogun. For weapons, of course, her best in slot is going to be the Engulfing Lightning. It will give you 55% energy recharge, which, remember, because of her talent, she'll be getting bonuses like electro damage based on her energy recharge, so stacking that is good. The ability of it is that attack increased by 28% of energy recharge over the base 100%. You can gain a maximum bonus of 80% attack that way. Gain 30% energy recharge for 12 seconds after you use your elemental burst. So when you pop your elemental burst, this actually gives you 85.1% energy recharge instead of the 55. Of course, other 5-star weapons like the Primordial Jade Spear, the Staff of Homa, I don't have it, but the Skyward one would also be really good on her, but in general, the Engulfing Lightning is where to go. As for 4 stars, if you are getting the Battle Pass, the Deathmatch is a great option still. It gives you crit rate as well as increasing your attack and defense. Overall, it's hard to argue that it's not one of the best polearms in the game, especially at high refinements. The Favonius Lance is a great option as well. It will give you the energy recharge that you're looking for, as well as giving you even more energy for critical hits, up to 100% chance at R5. Stopping off at your nearest blacksmith, you can forge the prototype Star Glitter for free. This kind of works like the Favonius Lance. You get energy recharge, and after you use your elemental skill, your normal charge attack damage is increased by 8% at R1. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's a great free-to-play option, but there is a better free-to-play option. The Keaton Cross Spear is kind of in the same boat. It's an okay option. It's not the best. Honestly, the prototype Star Glitter is better than this, but is an option for you. And for the Fishing Association, in Inazuma, you can get what is arguably her best free-to-play weapon. I don't actually think it's arguable. It is her best free-to-play weapon, and it's up there for being one of her best in slot, only beat out by the Engulfing Lightning. And that is the Catch Pole Arm. You get this 100% free, plus all the materials you need to refine it for free. All you have to do is catch a bunch of fish. You're talking about like 10 hours worth of fishing. Look out for a guide on fishing coming out soon. For artifacts, it can be said that the best in slot artifact for her is the Emblem of Severed Fate. It will give you energy recharge plus 20%, as well as it will increase your elemental burst damage by 25% of energy recharge. A maximum of 75% bonus can be obtained this way. The only way you can do that is by having 300% energy recharge, so getting as close to that number as possible is what is ideal. You want a 4-set piece of this. Unfortunately, I don't have one. I've been getting kind of really unlucky with my artifact farms lately. But the main thing that you want to do is stack on her the energy recharge, because as I said earlier, you do have a passive that gives you electro damage bonus also for having high energy recharge. And with that, you can have some ridiculously high energy recharge or electro damage bonus. You can see I have 123% electro damage bonus. That is with a goblet giving me 46%. And as such, she's actually one of the few characters that you don't want their elemental goblet. An attack percent goblet actually serves her much better. I don't have one, unfortunately, that I could level, but I'm hoping to get one pretty soon. You get an you get an attack percent goblet on her, and an energy recharge sands, and that will give you the most amount of damage per buck. Taking a look at team comps that you can put the Raiden Shogun within, she of course pairs beautifully with her second in command, Kujo Sara. They both work very well hand in hand in providing each other enough energy to do their bursts and strengthening each other's bursts. Bear in mind, not every character will help strengthen Raiden, but Raiden can help strengthen pretty much every character in the game. Much like the other two Archons, Venti and Zhongli, she's a general support, but if you want to get the most out of her, you want characters that have at least 60 as their energy cost, preferably 80, and good ways to obtain that energy themselves. Other notable characters are Eula. Eula has a very slow gain on her ultimate, but her ultimate is an 80 cost. With Raiden Shogun, you can help boost the rate at which she will get her ultimate, and then her hitting ultimate will get boosted damage also as a result of the Eye of Judgment. And then Eula will provide a lot of resolve stacks towards Raiden Shogun. Rosaria also works very well within that team. She is at a 60 cost, so she provides a pretty decent amount of resolve stacks, and as well can buff the damage and the charge rate towards Eula. Those three together make a very great team if you're looking for a physical damage team. Hu Tao and at the same time Yoimiya both have about the same kind of playstyle to where they work as an excellent secondary DPS onto your team. You kind of swap between them and the Raiden Shogun depending on who has their burst window available. The same could be also said probably for Tartaglia. I have yet to test him, but he does work very well with electro characters, so I can see it working out very good. Jinyan's an interesting one. Her energy cost is 60, which is pretty good, and she does like to use her elemental burst a lot, so she can get a lot out of Raiden Shogun. However, she doesn't have as much to provide Raiden Shogun as somebody like Eula. She's kind of like the budget Eula. If you don't have Eula, a Jinyan can work just as well, due to them playing off the same kind of playstyle. However, she is Pyro instead of Cryo, so you will not be doing the Superconduct, which can lessen the damage overall. At the energy cost of 60, I think Kazuha is a fantastic pair with the Raiden Shogun, which is interesting because they have a bit of a complicated history. But he gets his burst back very quickly, even innately by himself. His E is on a very short cooldown, and at 60 cost he can get you your burst window very often. Bennett is a fantastic support option for this lineup, even if you have him at C6, because he will not overwrite the Raiden Shogun's electro damage for her burst. Instead, you'll just be getting the general attack bonus. He has a 60 cost, and his burst is kind of his main source of buffing as well as healing, so being able to pull that off more and more often is a great idea. Razor is one of the best options I think you could possibly pair it with, because not only is the Electro giving you the most resolve possible out of his energy cost of 80, he also does a lot of damage and is a great DPS that can work kind of like a lot of these other great DPSs as a secondary damage dealer on the team, being able to swap your window in between him and Raiden Shogun. The main character, Electro, is also one of the best that I think you could possibly pair Raiden Shogun with, because she's basically a mini Raiden Shogun. She has an energy cost of 80. She provides energy recharge to the team by her elements, and if you have her at C2, she will provide Electro Res Shred to people that are hit by the Belling Thunder that comes from her Q. And C2 is very easy to get very early on into your journey in Inazuma. So the more and more constellations you get on the Electro Traveler, the better and better a support for Raiden she is. He, whichever one you have. And a special caveat is Beidou. Beidou should work about as much as the Electro Traveler for the Raiden Shogun with an energy cost of 80. Being able to act as a pretty good shield slash secondary DPS with her counter and just high overall scaling of her attacks. However, there is currently, I'm calling it a bug, it could be intentional on Mihoyo, we don't know for certain. Her ultimate does not work with Raiden as it stands right now. You do not trigger her ultimate's electro chains as Raiden whenever you are using her Stormbreaker. So therefore, you do not get the benefits of her C6, which is the Electro Res reduction by 15%. Now, you do have to go C6 in order for this to be a thing. A lot of whales are very upset about this, so just bear that in mind. And that is everything you need to know about the Raiden Shogun. Hey guys, this is Future Coda here, letting you guys know I did forget to mention her constellations. C1 and C2 are the only ones that really matter, unless you're going all the way C6, stop there. But it's really only C1 and C2 that give you any major benefit. If I forgot to mention anything, please be sure to let me know about it in the comment section down below. If you have any thoughts about the Raiden Shogun in general, let me know down there as well. And if you found this video helpful, let me know. I'll see you guys in another video. Peace. Hey guys, so I hope you found that video helpful. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, and if this is your first video, subscribe. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway, and I hope to see you in the future. There are 2 videos on the screen that you can select from, one from me, one from YouTube's recommended, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.